Consider supporting Sonicguru Productions on Patreon for just $1 a month. Link below in the description.
Hey, it's Ironbox. Is Nikki's back again because I have a shit time keeping to a schedule.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nikki's back. The always on, always present guest. Well, not guest, more like co-host. Ever since I started this podcast, but let's get off track. News, Sonic news, Sonic Sega news. Sonic is going to cross over with OK K.O, I guess it's a popular cartoon, long running enough to actually have an episode where they showcase nearly every Cartoon Network cartoon has ever appeared. That was a weird clip.
Yeah, I definitely should bring this in. So OK K.O, it's one of the better Cartoon Network shows that's been on air. I think the best way to describe it is imagine the setting of Street Fighter and Mega Man infused together with sort of all the wackiness and madness of sort of those mid-90s animes, Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball, the wackier side of things, along with the healthy dose of modern day Cartoon Network. And you've got a show about an enthusiastic kid who wants to be the best hero in the world. So he teams up with an alien named Rad, a ninja witch named Enid, and they fight off a guy called Lord Boxman.
Yeah, I'm trying hard to imagine that. I'm just looking at the animation style, and I'm just like, it looks like someone's trying to draw all these, took their drawings they made when they were 12 and animated them.
Yeah, I mean,
the same way they when making The Simpsons, he didn't expect him to animate his actual rough sketches.
Yeah, funny enough, I found a quote about that. Apparently, he said he wanted it to look like, again, this is deliberately still very sketchy drawing type thing. Like, when people say it looks off-model, it was intended to look off-model for certain sequences.
Especially all the excuses people give when they start their own webcomic or animated series.
Yeah, I mean, I think some people forget is basically when they do weird stuff like this, say in Adventure Time, Steven Universe, and especially this show, it's probably a storyboard artist drawing, and they want to emulate that in the finished show. That's why they put it in. So they do have actual model sheets. It's just if they want a certain pose or image, they'll just go with that because it's funny.
It's kind of the same reason why they changed something model in Adventure, really.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, it don't work like this, so let's stretch it out, but it had structure. This looks... Yeah. Why draw fingers? Just draw hands. Just draw balls for hands. The same thing they did with the opening Sonic CD.
Exactly.
Sonic rarely has hands in that.
No, well, you see a few shots, but it's mainly just easier to animate over.
Yeah, and speaking of which, Sonic and Tails look like someone just either did it by memory or traced it.
Yeah,
and that's just me as an artist, okay?
Yeah, and I was saying the show is intentionally to look like kind of sort of your 12-year-old doodle sort of brought to life type deal. So there you
go. Yeah, I was looking at one of the screenshots, and it's like Sonic's head looks okay. It looks like one of those quick episode drawings of Sonic X because of the spikes don't really go into the head; it just kind of stop. The hands and feet look way too small for the body.
Yeah, I mean, the weird thing is apparently what makes this a bit odd is apparently this was somewhat leaked a while ago. I think actually the creator of the series and somebody else visited Sega and they were on social media and nothing else came for that. And then there was supposed to be a fake snapshot and we just thought of it, it's just some random made up thing as they always do. And it turns out to be real, of all things. Apparently...
Yeah, going back to the art style, it's kind of hard to tell. It's like look, Sonic will be in this. Like, it's obviously fake. Someone's drew over that. I mean, look at the model. It's not Sonic. Just look. Oh shit, it's real.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently what happened was apparently the show makers pitched this idea to Sega and they said, yeah, go and do it. And that's how it all happened.
Yeah, Sega's a lot more willing to actually let Sonic go into stuff rather than Mario, even though Mario's more of a sellout in terms of merchandising.
Yeah, but
it's just as bad as Five Nights at Freddy's. I've seen FNAF body pillows next to Mario ones. It's like, yeah, that's exactly what I want to cuddle up to. Fucking Freddy. It's just seeing Sonic outside of animation. It's treated as if this character was real in this area, like just as fictionalized as we make him out to be.
Yeah. The weird thing about this is, this is a tongue-tied. You get used to that, folks. I've been doing that for a while. But yeah, the weird thing about this show is that this isn't actually the first time they've done a bizarre crossover. In fact, earlier on, they did one of Captain Planet because. I was wondering if you heard about that, but yeah, apparently Captain Planet is owned by Cartoon Network, Turner Warner's, deal. So they literally had an episode in which OK, and Kwame, the Earth guy, but sorry, it's such a long time, actually come up and actually reunite Captain Planet in their episode. And if that was strange enough, they did a weird crossover episode in which Teen Titans Raven and Garnet and current Ben 10 join up to say...
Yeah, that's the clip I was talking about earlier. It's like, he did this massive I'm a man punch, and every frame or so was a different character or a different show. Yeah, My question is, why the fuck was Double D in one of the main punches? Why wasn't it Ed?
I don't know. I mean, I just find that funny. It's weird to see. I will say this: it's weird seeing Ed and Eddie outside of the sort of main style because it's one of the.
At least you got to see M for Monkey.
Yeah, yeah. All of the major ones, Classic Dexter, Powerpuff, they all get in there. So, like I said, the people who make the show love obviously the history of Cartoon Network, so it's pretty much in there.
So someone who's actually self-aware enough and not just making the show is like, we're going to make money somehow.
Yeah, this isn't a cheap.
Which is what was the episode, that show? Well, the one with the pirates. I can't really remember. It was fucking weird.
All right, you mean Mike Lewinsky? I mean, there was a show. What was about it? Well, that's
it was a pirate. It was Cartoon Network. It was pirates. One of them was blue, and it's like a little Tiny Tim kind of character.
Right.
I don't know. It was fucking weird.
Yeah, but anyway,
I look like a show like it was made for money. This one looks like a show that was made for love.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched the show. I mean, I can say this as someone who watched the show. I like it. I mean, I will admit, when I first saw it, I did think the character of K.O. was a bit like sort of Series 1 Steven, where he's a 7 to 11-year-old kid and he's a bit of a twat.
Steven badly drawn, dressed as Ryu from Street Fighter with a jacket.
Well, if somebody wants to say it like that. But yeah, he was kind of like slightly obnoxious, a bit sort of oblivious type deal, veering on the edge of like Scrappy-Doo level, which is not a good level. But he's actually, weirdly enough, because the show is so weirdly energetic and bizarre, I think it fits in with the series. So he's actually quite tolerable because the show is just like him. It's a very oddball little thing.
Yeah. Like even though the logo is basically, it's like yellows and blues and pinks. It's a very 80s logo.
Yeah, it's clearly
90s logo, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the show is in love with like mid-80s, 90s video games type deals, like I said. So it's sort of putting Sonic the Hedgehog in this is like, yeah, it would make
Jesus
sense.
Christ. I'm just going through another screenshot. This Captain Planet screenshot. He looks fucking frightening.
Yeah, I know. They redesigned him in his what this show's style of art would be.
That is terrifying.
Yeah, so like I said, they do a lot of, like I said, simplified, bizarre type designs. Yeah, but either way, going back onto the actual thing, it's kind of weird. I will say, it's what we've seen of the clip so far, which is him entering the bodega, Mr. Guard's bodega, just to give the saying. They pretty much portray him as kind of what I guess you and I would imagine him when we were kids. It's like he's just this almost all perfect, amazing, brilliant character, essentially. And considering we've gone off from Boom, which is like, yes, he can be a flawed character, and that's part of the comedy of the series. So it is kind of...
Here's one little thing as well. It's basically, I'm surprised. I'm kind of glad to meet someone that knows pretty much about my history. And I'll think it is, you haven't met me yet.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit where he mentions all the things. Here's the time when you defeated the Death Head, Metal Sonic, and that Olympic thing with that other guy, just to put it in there.
Yeah, again, you haven't met me yet, Sonic, okay?
Well, if we're going by Boom Sonic, it's like I'm pretty sure he'd run a mile.
Oh, I can't remember the fucking guy's name now.
Roger Craig Smith.
No, the fanboy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, him in that episode.
Yeah, Eater. I can't remember.
No, yeah, that weirdo. Yeah.
It's just probably like with, I don't know. You're more of an animation buff than I am, so. Plus, you got a lot more free time than I do.
Yes, I'm the.
I've got an actual quote unquote job to do.
Yeah, you have a life. Yeah, but like I said,
so I don't really get time to watch cartoons. If I do watch TV, it's usually stuff on DVR, and it's adult, really. Not adult, more like adult as in people die.
Yeah.
So as far as cartoons, but this is probably the like with God, what show was it? I can't remember. Oh, I watched like a couple episodes just to actually understand the crossover.
Yeah.
This is probably the only episode I'll watch of this.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, clearly, as someone who's watched the series, I enjoy what it is. I mean, doing this is just obviously Sonic fans are just going to come into this just like, okay, what's he doing in this little oddball show?
Yeah. The thing is like the same with people who like Power Rangers, but don't like the new direction. Just like, when's the anniversary episode? Is Tommy in it? There we go.
Well, speaking of Power Rangers, this will make you laugh. There's a character in this called Red Action, and basically it's their interpretation of Power Rangers. She's like the leader of the group, and then she buggered off from. There's an ongoing joke, like for instance, they do the whole it's set in 20XX, because like Mega Man, because they never defy the day. And apparently she was a part of their sort of Power Rangers group, and then she left because apparently she broke the power thing that gives them the powers. So she's been hiding out in the past, apparently. So that's an ongoing joke.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, this show's got so many like weird little digs and sort of references and nods. I mean, there's one episode in which OK teams up basically with Cloud, a version of Cloud, in which he spends the entire episode grinding, like literally just fighting off tiny creatures to level up over and over again until KO gets just so sick of that.
That makes more sense than having the gotta go fast meme in Steven Universe.
Yeah, that weird little thing. Yeah, that's not what they did in that gag. Yeah, but either way, like I said, it is funny because again in this we got Roger Craig Smith and we got I forgot her name who plays Tails. Sorry, bad person for not knowing that.
It's not Kate Higgins. She left a while ago.
Yeah, but the person who plays Tails is in this. It is kind of funny to hear them because again they're in a few other shows. I guess the strangest thing about this whole thing is I would go into a bit of a mini rant, but it's kind of weird to think that they're putting the last time Sonic the Hedgehog was on Cartoon Network was when he had his own show, and we've already discussed many times how they treated that program. So it's kind of weird now they're happy to be in another program as a guest star, as opposed to having him in his own starring series. Mm-hmm. So I do question that a little bit. That's my main sort of wondered about exactly when was this down? Was this down when, again, Boom was initially on Cartoon Network and that was going to be more of a thing? Or was it sort of, been mixed? How, again, no idea when they exactly pitched this idea of an episode and how long it's been in development, I'm guessing along with the rest of the series. But it's kind of weird to see it so quick, especially after, like I said, after seemingly Boom is just now dead and buried to most people.
Until they bring out the fucking Blu-ray and not release it in volumes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm still waiting for that. I mean, on my side of the world, I got most of the series.
You got Sonic X on Blu-ray or standard Bluray.
Standard definition, but
release fucking Boom already. I don't care if it's two animation, and it can't give me excuse. It's two different animation studios. you got season 2 episodes with season 1 episodes on the volume, so you don't fuck around.
I know that's just really weird. That's a whole other discussion. We'll get to that.
Yeah. Anyway, the episode will air on August 4th, so if you're watching this now, you've probably already seen it.
Yeah. We may do, I'm going to say this, we'll probably do maybe a follow-up to actually what we think of it, but we'll figure that out later on.
Yeah.